What's up? Happy Wednesday.
Hello. I'm
What's
back.
going on, everyone? Welcome back, Sean.
How are you guys? How's everything?
We
What did I
missed you.
miss? I miss you guys too. I'm always saddened when, life happens and I gotta, not be here. Hubby was sick. He's better back getting on my goddamn nerves. So we are, we are back in the swing of things. Life
That's
is
my brother's job to get on your nerves. That's right.
yeah, so we're back. We're back in the groove. So I am happy to be back with my family.
And we're happy to have you. So let's get it in.
Let's get it in. What are we talking about?
We are talking about what do you do? How do you know when it's time to take your friendship to the next level? And I don't mean like asking them to co sign a car payment, like to go from vertical friendship to horizontal friendship.
Hmm.
Well, honestly, with me, I never dealt with a woman that me and her were friends first.
You know what, Wise? I was about to say that, but then I thought about the false prophet.
But,
What's a false prophet?
oh, you should have been there for the false prophet.
So I dated the false prophet, and um we were friends. We worked together. He's the one that made me feel like I will never, ever, 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 ever date anybody I work with, um, ever again. And I never did after that because the false prophet was just a whole
And,
mess.
and her brothers were going to kill the false prophet. So,
Yeah, yeah.
How did he get this name, the false prophet?
Because he was the son of a preacher, and he was a Gemini, so he lied a lot, and he just like it was just horrible.
could I keep it real, Barbara?
Keep it
Yes,
real.
please.
The
I
false prophet was
sugarcoating.
a fat asshole that thought he was smooth. He told her everything he felt she wanted to hear. She liked him, so she went for it
Hmm.
until she realized he was full of shit.
He was a false prophet.
And then when she realized it and he saw like he couldn't get over on her anymore, things changed.
Fun.
And she understood he was definitely full of falsehoods and he
Oh
was lying, and that was it. And then when he was begging Billy a little later, trying to get her back, it was just not working. And we were
yeah.
laughing at him. And we were like, "You're a clown. You will never get this again."
Nope.
And that was it.
Are you
Well, he
ready?
was a friend first. He was a friend first.
Yes, he was. He was. But this is my thing. Going back to what we spoke about last time, he was a friend, but I think he was a friend that always had intentions. He had ulterior motives to that friendship.
I agree.
He always liked what he saw. And when he had that opening, he slithered in.
Slithered. Slithered.
Slithered, that's right. He slithered
Yeah,
in.
yeah. It definitely was like he was definitely thing, but I don't think some people I believe are meant to stay friends.
Right.
Your friend now?
What?
Is he your friend now?
I don't know that man.
Well, then you were never meant to be friends. He was just a guy that waited around until the cooch had a free moment.
That's how Wise felt, and I agree. I agree.
But see what I think Sean meant when she said some people are just meant to be friends is
He
like
should have stayed there.
right. He should have been she should have kept that ass in the friend zone.
Hmm.
And the rest of him.
Right.
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 Like I feel like because we was friends, and then he was going through stuff, and things like that. So we kind of like you know talked more, and then like he should have stayed a friend. Like I feel like some people should stay friends. I think like you should. So I feel personally like if that's gonna be your friend, okay. Not saying you shouldn't be friends with your mate because I think that's important too, but I think, and I also feel like you do know within the first whatever if you want to be with somebody, or if they just a friend. You do know that.
Right. But see, Sean was being Captain Save a Hole because she gave him the shoulder to cry on
Yeah.
and
And then
all
it
that.
moved down and it moved down and
Right, 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 right. It was one of those situations.
Yeah.
See, she doesn't have that meanness in her that I have. Until a person does her wrong, then they see the other side.
Did they what?
Then they see the other side. He saw the other
Oh
side of
yeah.
you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right, right.
Oh yeah. That's true. I have a dark side, but I try to stay in the light most of the time, but I do
I
have.
stay in the dark. It's all right. But I think I don't know. Like I said, I never had that experience of
Really?
no, never. Like every woman I've dealt with, I really didn't know them beforehand, and we just started talking, dating, and we took it from there. It was never like oh that friendship.
Like pretending
And,
y'all was just gonna be friends.
right, right. Nah, never, never that. You know I don't have time for that. Like
Yeah,
nah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So what it was, it's always been like I dig you. I want to get to know you. Now we could become friends during the process, but I want to be more than friends. So my thing is, like Sean said, the person you date, you should be cool being friend. Like you should have that bond with them and that closeness. But I never had that bond and closeness with anybody beforehand. So I really, this is one I'm gonna have to learn from you young ladies on because I never had that experience.
Don't
I
do it.
went back.
You what?
I did it and I went back.
You
I
went back to being friends?
Yeah, no, I had a friend and we were really good friends. And for about a year and a half we were more
Lovers?
than friends. We both got our feelings hurt because he did something that he started making a future without asking me.
Mm, that doesn't
I was
work.
like, that's not for me. That's not where I'm at. And we didn't talk for a couple of years. And then somehow we did talk about something. He was like, he came back to New York for a visit and he's like, can we meet and have a cup of coffee? And I was like, yeah, but I'm married. And he's like, no, it's not like that. And it was never like that again. But like we've gone out, we've had lots of dinners. One time he came to New York on business and he got tickets at TKTS for a play. And we went to the play, we went out to dinner, no strings attached. I went home, I was very married with small children, and he's just my friend. He will never be more than my friend.
See,
And
even with that, like with me, once again, I'm strange. Any woman I have ever dated, once we broke up, I never. The only woman I have really communicated
You're
with
not
like
strange.
that is my ex-wife.
You're not
Anybody
strange.
else, it was like I don't even know you no more.
That's why I said I don't know that man. When I break up with somebody, the reason I'm crying because I'm at their funeral and they died.
Wow.
I don't associate. I don't understand. And this is me. I just don't understand people who are like cool with their ex. No, most times, unless it's an amicable breakup, then that's different.
Right.
But if we broke up because you did some dumb shit or I did some dumb shit, what we talking for? Like I no, like I move on. I don't. No, I move on and I'm done. Like you said, the only people I'm a backpedal a little tiny bit. The only people I'm friends with is the people I procreated with, but I ain't even friends with that oldest one. The oldest one's daddy. He died too. Like we got kids. We got kids, but like I don't do that. My youngest son, we are one big happy family. You know what I'm saying? We enjoy our grandkids and our grandkid and stuff like that. But other than that, like, what we talking for? Like, I don't know. I don't believe in that whole okay, let's be friends. But I do agree with what you went through. That y'all really was meant to be friends.
Yeah, I don't think. I think when we ended up kicking it and doing whatever, it was because we were there, and neither one of us was ready for something more.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wanted to go. He wanted to go to California. He wanted to like break into the business, and I already had a kid. Like I had a kid from high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I can't take this kid to a place where I got nothing set up for him. I can't like pack his little life because I think he was like 2.5, and my parents were really like they really dug my kid. They were
Hmm.
so involved with him, and I could not, in good conscience, pack it up and go. And the fact that he didn't ask me beforehand, I think he kind of knew that. Because I think if he asked me if I wanted to go and I said no, then he wouldn't have gone. So
Mm.
instead, it's like, how about we don't ask permission? We ask for forgiveness. We
Mm.
ask for permission first, ask for forgiveness afterwards. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, because like he ghosted me clean off for about 6 months. And by the time he got back to me, I was like in a relationship with somebody who I ended up marrying. I was like, this is not, you know, where'd you go? He's like, no, no, I have to get everything set up. And I'm like, good.
But see, like for instance,
Mm,
the
That's
job myself and Sean worked on, there's a lot of commingling, I would say, at that job.
oh yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are supposed to be friends that wind up being more than friends. But I always was on it like a little different. Like I had certain opportunities, but I wouldn't go there because I was their boss. So I said I always was like, you don't put yourself in certain situations where you could get yourself jammed up. Why are you rolling, Sean?
No, I'm laughing because I know who you talking about. Because you talk about somebody you was their boss.
Yup.
Oh yeah, I know you talking.
I always
No,
had opportunities.
I would have talked you out of that. I I would have
no,
told
you
you
wouldn't know.
so. If you would have said, "I think I'm gonna take a shot," I would have tried to talk you out of it. She's cuckoo for cocoa puffs.
We have a lot of cuckoo for cocoa puffs, but like I always like I would go out, have drinks with everybody,
Yeah, we did.
yeah, chill and have a nice time. But I never like stepped to that side. I was always like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I was like, there's enough other people around that I don't have to dabble on that part. So
Yeah.
it was different. But I would say it like this. If I had a friend that I was really attracted to, I would let that friend know from the start. So you don't have no funny feelings down the road,
Right.
and you see what's up. And if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Like I'm a upfront person. I'm a
Yeah, you
funny
are.
person, but I'm more like, all right, this is what it is. This is how I see it. What's good? If it ain't good, keep it pushing, and we cool. So I could sit there and I could be like, I'm interested in this person. I'll get the after I see what the person's about, I'll see where we could take it,
Uh,
and then we'll like I've had women, like I said, I ain't gonna say we were really friends. We were cordial. Like Sean, I tell you, I had one that we all went out one night and we were drinking, sipping, and everything. And I really wasn't doing nothing. I was just dancing and chilling. Sean drives her home. She tells Sean like she's kind of interested in her brother.
what?
Sean tells me
You trying
later,
to scar my life again? Like,
yeah, Sean tells me she almost drove into a brick wall. But that's one that I felt we worked together, but she wasn't school safety. She worked in the school. So I wasn't supervising her or nothing. So I could have that conversation. Now we had
If you're
but
super,
y'all never did nothing, right?
you think, of course.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna drink this whole thing right here on the show. What?
what's that whole
Sure.
thing?
It was Tylenol.
What are you
It
drinking?
was Tylenol.
Of course. I thought you been knew that, Sean.
Wait, time out. Hold up. So you took that friendship and you took it to the next level?
Oh yes. On more than one occasion.
Ugh. Wait, so we talking about the one who got snatched up with t-shirt guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did I know that? I don't think I knew that.
I thought you knew it. I didn't have to. I thought I didn't even have to say anything. I thought you just knew it. But my point with that is, I think that was wrong judgment right there. Because down the road, I realized that person was 730.
No wonder she keep looking at you with the she keep looking at you looking for you in the daylight with a flashlight.
What?
No, she be
What?
looking for him. She be looking for him in the daylight with a flashlight.
Oh,
Because I thought she just kept persisting because she wanted that. I didn't know because she wanted that because she had that. I didn't know
you
that.
just wanted more of it.
Right.
Right.
And it just can't happen. But
See, and that's why it's hard to cross lines because for me, after we do that and we was friends, and if I didn't like it, then it's like I'm gonna be on the phone talking about you like a dog with my friends.
but it wasn't even that
No,
like
I
if you
know
don't
that
like
part.
it,
Cause
it's
what?
it wasn't even like that I didn't like it was just like
She's a dingbat.
okay, I didn't want to say that.
No, she is. I'll say it for you. She's a dingbat.
But
And you
yeah,
don't like dingy girls. That's why you should have never crossed that line.
no, you're right.
But you're a man though. Men,
What?
What?
he's a man. Men don't care about that.
No, you know I'm not that dude.
No, now he's definitely not that dude. I'm
You're
Because
not
you
that
know,
dude, but you're
but
not, but you are. You're a typical guy. You're a good guy, but you're a typical guy, meaning even though you knew you didn't want more, you was gonna explore that because you a dude. And
no, because I thought it was what it wasn't.
What
I
you
thought
thought
it
the
was
cookies
Isn't
more.
were?
it
The
that
writing was on the wall in neon yellow
I
lines.
thought it was more put together, and you thought it was put together at one time also.
I did, but after T-shirt guy came out, I didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Barbara, this girl went out with us and went home to her nigga that came outside in a T-shirt.
girl? We
Did
must have.
you think they did something? I
I
didn't think
don't know.
they did anything.
I don't even. I don't,
Oh no, you've spoken of T-shirt guy in
Yeah,
previous episodes.
yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. You didn't call him T-shirt guy.
I call him T-shirt guy, but
You talked about how you were involved with a lady
right,
and her man kind of, you didn't know there was a man, and then
right.
you found out that there was a man.
because who would go out with somebody that you feeling and come home to a man to get yoked up outside? Who does that?
A lot of people.
After that, I would have been like, nah, because she's silly as hell.
But
Homeboy came out and grabbed her in the like this in the wife beater. Get your ass in the house. Tell
but
you
she's
situation.
still a nice person.
No, that's, but see, that's
He
my,
is a nice person.
not a
Nope.
nice person. Someone that infidelity is not nice.
Well, that's true.
Infidelity
But we
is,
don't know the situation with them.
if
Look, if
one party believes that they are in a monogamous relationship with you, and the other party goes out in the world and acts as if they're not, but you are living together. Not like you live on 3rd Street and he lives on like 50th Street. No, no, no. These are two people that get in the same queen size every night.
True, true.
And you're not, anything past the second drink is infidelity.
But even with that, like I learned my lesson with that one. So I was like, nah, I'm good. Then we had another one that wanted to be friendly, but I just didn't like that one style. And I was like, I'm not
hairy
gonna
arms,
what?
hairy armpits.
Yes. And I was like, I'm not gonna even go there. So I left that one alone.
Oh, Jesus.
And like I said,
Jesus.
if I found
That's
someone,
why you're so insistent on personal grooming. Because
oh
Harry
yes, yes,
grooms
yes,
the women.
very much
He
so.
said like this in the 2019 hair. Let's just say it was 2022. The hair from 2019 was still there.
Hmm.
Yeah, hairy armpits.
Maybe she could braid them up nice.
Not for me.
Wise would die if a girl got naked and she had hairy armpits. Wise will make up a reason that Wise would be
It
like,
wouldn't
my
even
car.
go. It wouldn't go any further.
Wise
You
would be like, my car's on fire. She'd be like, but no, I'm looking at your car. It's not on fire.
give her a gift certificate to European Wax Center.
Nah. If I got to do all that, it's not worth it.
Wise think that's like a grooming issue.
You're,
Like,
but this is no, no, no. You see, even though I will tell you
uh,
that there is not a stray hair anywhere, but
Right.
I believe that if you don't want to shave it, I think all my stray hairs are on my big toes. That's too much information, but too bad. And but if you want to let your parts get hairy, that's on you. Because I was dating somebody once who was like begging me to grow it out. And I was like,
Really?
Yeah.
Like growing out, like how?
Like, um, like 1968 Playboy grown out.
Wow.
So he had a fetish.
Wise would have died.
I am not like a fetish. I don't
He had a
particularly like.
fetish. And
Yeah,
No, he did, not you.
yeah,
Right.
but you know what? I'm not about. I come complete. If I don't fit in the box, go get another box.
and
Because
that's what I feel.
yeah, I'm not
That's
about.
what I feel. That's why I said I could never do that. Like it's something about a woman to me that it says a lot to me how you groom yourself, how you take care of yourself, how you look at yourself. So if
All
it's
the way left. My thing too, if I can smell you before you get to the table, like if I can smell your cologne before you sit down,
right,
go home. We're done. I
Really?
want to smell you when I'm all the way in it. I don't want to smell.
I love a great smelling man. I love a great
No, don't get
smelling
me wrong. I love a man that smells good, but please don't contaminate my space, my entire space, with your smell. I want to smell you when I'm leaning in.
yeah, there's a difference between smelling good and being
Smelling good
overbearing.
for you and
man.
smelling
True.
good for the general population.
Right, right. I understand that also.
Yeah.
Like you don't want anybody that's overwhelming. The cologne you can smell them like 3 blocks away. That's not a good look.
Honestly, I think the main people who do that is like African men.
Mm-mm.
The main culprit. You get in the elevator with an African man, and you gonna smell like what he smell like when you get out that thing, because the scent is gonna get all over you. Yeah,
But
like that's the only. I mean, I'm not saying nobody else do it, but the main culprits, I feel like, is them. But I think a great smelling man, like if you walk by and catch a whiff, I like that.
that's cool. But like I said, a lot of times that's how those work relationships start because people were friendly, they work together, and then it goes to that next level.
Hey,
So,
Claude. I grew up with Claude, kind of, sort of. My very first apartment, Claude was my neighbor and stuff like that. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Pink Flags. Yeah, so.
but I see, I like I said, I think I don't know if I could get romantic with someone I consider a friend.
Hmm. Claude knows I dated somebody that was a friend. They
Other
used
than the
to
false prophet,
yes, when I was younger, but we really like fell for each other, but like he was a friend. He became more, but he treated me well. But I just, due to circumstances that I just can't say here, and y'all probably know if I tell y'all behind closed doors, he, I fell for him. He was a friend, and he was good people's, he was really a good person, but due to circumstances, in his circumstance, I couldn't, I had to stop. We were like going down two different roads.
yeah,
Mm,
that's kind of the thing. A lot of times that happens with a friend. And sometimes when you cross over that line, it's because it's because you take a chance on taking the friendship to the next level, as opposed to just letting the friendship go.
But you know what? I think because see, with him, had he had we been stayed friends, I don't know where he's at in the world, and maybe God orchestrated that to be that way. But like, we probably would have been friends longer because I feel like you risk losing the friendship because this turns into something so different, and then if it don't work out well, if y'all really wasn't meant to be friends like that, then you lost a friend, like you lost a friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I personally think that I I'm married now, so that's out the window. But like honestly, I think that had I not been married, dating a friend or being with a friend and taking it further, I wouldn't do it.
Like
Because if
all
you
my,
really dig this person as a friend, then you're gonna lose the friendship.
I,
Yeah.
and I agree with that, but all my homegirls have always strictly been homegirls. I've
Yeah.
tried to introduce them to other guys. I've hung out with them and their boyfriends and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Now everybody else probably thought we slept together or something, but my homegirls have really been my homegirls. Those are people that I would go to and be like, "Yo, what do you think of this person? What do you think of that? What how should I go about this?" I would run things off them, and like like I said, I'm so different sometimes. Like I would look at a female's feet and be like, "Yo, I can't fuck with her. Just I don't like her feet, so no, I can't do it."
Not the feet again, Lord.
Right. And Sean then would be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I can't do it."
No,
But I also feel I'm not everybody's cup of tea, so I'm cool with that also.
How
But
are you
I
not?
mean, there is somebody for everybody. You said what, Barbara?
How are you not for everybody?
nah, I'm not for everybody because I'm very different. I like Sean to tell you, like I'm different. I would just
He
certain
is.
things I just don't tolerate. So
One little thing and it's a whole wrap. You like,
You
what
know,
the
it's a trauma response.
what
hell?
happened?
You know,
Yes.
it's a trauma response.
Yes, it is.
It probably is, but
No, not it probably is. It is.
I also feel people know what they're doing, so it's no excuse. I don't believe in excuses. That's what it comes down to. Like Sean always was like, "You don't have forgiveness," and I'm like, "No, I don't," because everybody knows exactly what they're doing. So when you do it, you did it with a purpose. So why should I forgive it with a purpose? I'm not forgiving it with a purpose either. So we're good. But I just take it at that.
So how
But
do you feel when you're not forgiven?
I'm good with that.
He
Okay.
really don't give a whole fuck.
I'm really good with it.
We're gonna
Like
do a collection. We're gonna start a GoFundMe so that Wise can someday give or get a whole
that's going
Right.
to be a big collection
That's
because
gonna be a big
fuck.
collection. You're
We're
gonna
gonna
have to
do
write
a
a grant for
multiple
that one.
platforms. Maybe like start a nonprofit.
I honestly feel like I said, when a person does something, they know exactly what they're doing, and they did it with a purpose.
I will say this though, and I've learned a lot growing up, becoming an adult. And I'm not talking about age wise, I'm just talking about really growing as a person. I really do believe, though, and I'm not saying forgive this world, I'm not saying anything, but I believe sometimes people do things not because they want to hurt you, but hurt people hurt people. So, like, Like, let me tell you, I'll never, when I say I will never forget this conversation, I was in, where was I? I was in child support court years ago. You know, this is years ago because my kids are grown and having kids. This lady was like in court for her baby daddy, but it wasn't the person she was married to. And she was talking to me about how, like, basically, like, they was getting a house, the husband and her, and he better find the fucking money to get this house somewhere else. And he asked me for this, and I ain't giving him shit, and I'm not this, and I'm not that. And it's like, you married this man, but you could tell she was speaking from a place of hurt because she was married to this man, but she was like, fuck that. Like, he better ask his mama to give him this, and da, 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 like, and it was just like on and on and on. But she was talking about her husband, and nothing positive that she was going to do for him as a wife came out her mouth. Nothing.
There there are people that that's okay for. That they see that as being okay. Like, I got hurt by this guy, so I'm going to make sure that I don't ever get hurt by that guy. And honestly, guy number 1 should be kissing guy number two's ass because he's doing a job that you were initially hired to do and you are
And
unqualified.
right, right.
So
So
now,
I think even though some people, like, you look back on certain things people did and you be like, damn, like, but like, hurt people really hurt people. Like, and sometimes I feel like as I grew and as I got on my spiritual journey and that all that other stuff, like, I really feel like some people, they really don't be meaning to hurt you, but because they are just wherever they at,
something
it happens
inside
that way.
is broken.
No, but
Right.
see, I understand that. But with that being said,
Go
just
fix it.
because just because hurt people doesn't mean I should be like, okay, I understand. Nah.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, I said before I said it, I put the disclaimer. I'm not saying you should go and forgive everything, but I'm saying that some people do what they do because they're hurt. And Barbara just said, go fix yourself. Some people don't even, they're hurt and don't even realize they hurt. They be
Right.
like, what happened? What? Get a therapist? Why I need a therapist? Like, they don't even realize, like, they're going around hurting people. You ever, I feel like, you ever seen that saying that says, until a man grows or until a man fixes himself, he's going to hurt every woman that comes in his path? Like, I really believe in that. I really believe in that. Until you heal yourself and face your demons and face what mommy did and face what this person did, face that your daddy didn't hug you enough, you do go around hurting people. And sometimes it's not on purpose. Sometimes it's just because you have unhealed traumas that you never dealt with. And you don't even realize that it's unhealed traumas.
No, that is 100% true. That's 100% true. Because you could even if you're not secure in your own self, and if you're not where you need to be, you'll go through relationships, and your relationships will all be messed up because
Mm-hmm.
you're not mentally where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You're not at peace.
Right. A lot of times
With
it's like that.
yourself. With yourself. And that's why, like I said, like, I feel like, me personally, I wouldn't, I would probably, if I was still in that situation or dating situation, I probably, like, what I know now as a 45-year-old, I would not. I would anybody that I ever dated that was a friend. I would take that whole situation back. Because part of you is right, Wise. Part of you was right that I was being Captain Save a Hoe. And like
I can only think of two. I can only think of
that
two.
Bless.
thank you.
I
Thank you.
You could only think of two what?
can only think of two men that I actually hurt. I am very sure that on some level, at some point, I hurt both of my ex-husbands and Dave, but they
And
were,
Dave?
yeah,
Dave.
Dave on several occasions.
Mm.
Not I think there were a couple of times I said things that hit below the belt. I'm not gonna lie. I present so perfectly, but that's a facade. But there were actually two people that I dated in my life that I did not care if they got hurt. You needed to go. You needed to go fast. You needed to go far. And I did not give a fuck. And like some
Hmm.
the third date, he calls me up the next morning, babe, I'm playing softball. Come pick me up. It was like 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I was like laying in bed watching the news, eating an English muffin and having coffee. I'm like, uh, I have a migraine. Oh, what time do you think this migraine's gonna be over?
You better stop right now.
Right about now, douche face. Click. And he called and he called and he called. Like, I don't understand what happened. Where'd I go wrong? You assumed after 3 days that I was gonna hop in my car and drive from the Rockaways to where the fuck was it? Maspeth to pick you up from softball.
Mm.
No, maybe we might be dating for a year before I do something like that.
Right.
Maybe if your approach has been different, I'd be doing it right now. But you know what? No. And the other person was somebody that like I knew for a long time, and every conversation we had, they were like, "Well, you know, when you were little and you did this." Because I was really weird when I was a little kid. I was a very, very weird, very like strange kid. And this guy, every time he started a conversation, he wanted to talk about like, well, what did you do to not be weird anymore?
What?
Yeah. And I was kind of like,
Why you in my face?
what?
Wasting my goddamn time. That's what I asked you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Why you in my face?
what are we talking about?
Was these people your friends first?
That guy was my friend first.
Was Dave your friend first?
Oh
No,
no.
you and Dave dated right out the cuff of
Oh
y'all
no.
meeting.
The third date lasted 2 days.
Right,
I knew him
right,
a week.
right.
I honestly, it was no, no. I met Thursday, so 9 days later, he spent the entire weekend in my apartment. Think about what happened. It started out with wine and cheese. I'm sure there was a movie in the middle.
Somewhere. It was a blur.
I close my eyes, I see feet, knees. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, kind of like, and I think the next week I was in love.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember, and the only reason it lasted 2 days and not 5 days is because it was my brother-in-law's 50th birthday party later that evening. And I was kind of like, unless you want to come with me and meet my entire family right now, put your clothes on and go back where you came from. And he put his clothes on and went back where he came from. Yeah, it was kind of like get up, get out.
Oh shit.
And I'm like getting and and I'm getting all dressed up, and he's just sitting there like, what's going on? I'm like, no, I gotta go to like a brunch, a late brunch, early dinner thing at a country club in New Jersey. You can either come with or you can just go. I'll
Right.
definitely see you soon. And yeah, I think I saw him like twice the next week and twice at least for the 5 years after that, and then every day until here we are.
How many years later?
8.5, close to 9.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is like a long term thing. It turned into something, I don't know.
You guys are wild.
We wow.
But
I definitely think that the people, I feel like I kind of sort of, after I learned my lesson, I think I compartmentalize it very well. So if I
I
feel like,
really think you and Kevin have a very different story than that.
oh yeah, me and Kevin met online.
You
We
met on a Monday and you were practically living together by the next week.
we were inseparable, but
Yeah.
not living together. We were definitely inseparable. Like we met, and when we met, it was like we've been together like we would see each other every day until now we live with each other. And now we stuck with each other because we married.
You have
Like,
communal debt.
huh?
You have communal debt.
Right. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, but like he wasn't, I definitely did not see Kevin like as a friend. I didn't like, I didn't, mm-mm. Like it was like, okay, I'm gonna date with a purpose. I'm gonna date. I'm gonna see what happens, and boom. But I definitely wasn't thinking like, okay, he's either gonna be a friend or he's gonna be a play toy. I wasn't thinking that.
All right. Well, if you're watching this right now, because pretty much we're saying that any relationships we ever had born out of friendship were just didn't click. If you had a relationship that became like the real thing or the real ish thing that started out in friendship, let us know.
Yeah.
Because
Tell me how long it lasted. Because I also feel like when I talk to some people, I also feel like sometimes it could go either way. If we're really friends, like I feel like, let's just say me and Wise wanted to explore being more than friends. I think the fact that we know each other a lot, I think we probably would get on each other's nerves.
And Sean already feels that I want a little house on the prairie type woman.
Yeah, he do. And that would not work with me. Oh, Claude said his parents. His
aw, thank
parents.
you,
And
Claude.
and and his parents. Claude, how long your parents was married for? Claude's parents was married for a long time. Very long time. Very long time.
But I don't think I want a little house on the prairie woman. I just think I hold women to a certain standard.
Yeah. Joan Cleaver. 54 years. Look at amazing. Amazing.
My
54
parents
years.
were married for 46 years, but my dad will tell you we got like love at first sight. He kind of had to talk my mother into it, but he was like, he'll if you ever meet him talking about the first time he saw my mother is one of the nicest things I've ever seen.
Look, he said, and they still getting on each other's nerves. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. See,
No, yeah.
I want that love. I want that kind of love. I want to be getting on Kevin's nerve for a very long time. We're not going to make it to 54 years because then we'd be, I mean, we'd be
You
90. Kevin's grandfather died at 102. But yeah, I want to I want that. I want to be able to have my husband, my partner that I'm getting on the nerves for the rest of his life. And we're friends. I mean, for the most part, me and Kevin really get along. Like we're really like each other's person. Like we do get along. We laugh all the time. Like our marriage is full of laughter. But initial thinking we gonna be friends, no. Nope. But I really do think that like I don't know. I just don't think friends and then love is work. I
there's
mean,
a lot of people that
54 years for the Robinsons, but but for the most part, they got married in an era that's not like this. I feel like
no, but my sister and her husband will be married for 30 years in
love
November.
it.
30
And
years.
it's no like they were each other's person. And I
Mhm.
think that they were not friends first. They had a lot of mutual friends, but they were not friends first. They were like thunderstruck.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
And neither one of them are that person that you would think was like knocked off their feet. They're both very like, you got a Libra and a Scorpio. So,
that's me and Kevin.
yeah, and it's kind of almost was it yeah, like late September and mid-November.
I'm October and Kevin's November. I'm October 1st though, so yeah.
Yeah, which is very close to like it's yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's me and Kevin. It's so funny because they think like Libra should be with Gemini, the devil's a liar. But Scorpios, if you ever look that up, they pair us with Geminis all the time. I dated two Geminis. The false prophet was a Gemini, and the other guy was a Gemini. And no, Geminis are fucking nuts.
Yeah, Leos are supposed to go with Sagittarius and no.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I'll take the Scorpio.
I
Huh?
don't know who Sagittarius is supposed to be with, but
Are you Sagittarius?
yep,
Mhm.
What day?
December 3rd.
He is the day after Jarrell.
Oh, 2 days before Ryan.
And we are different.
Yes.
And I also know I'm a very
That's why
stubborn
Wise keep
person.
trying with his nephew because that's why he be inboxing him when he be acting the fool on Facebook because he understands his nonsense.
Yes, I do. I do, definitely.
Mm, yeah, nah. Uh-uh. But like I
Sagittarius graduated from 8th grade today.
who?
My my youngest nephew.
Oh, okay.
The last one.
Off to high school now. That's beautiful.
Claude said his brother's a Gemini and what?
His brother's a Sagittarius, and his wife is a Gemini.
I feel sorry for his brother because Geminis are nuts. His brother probably got a gray hair all over. Geminis are crazy as hell.
But as Sagittarians, we're kind of,
Crazy as hell.
but we're easygoing also.
My niece who's getting married on Saturday. She's a Gemini, and her man is a Sagittarius, and he is the Gemini whisperer. When she has a bad day, He tells her how much longer Home Goods is open. So
But you need that person that could bring you down and that you can mellow you out, and that's good.
I
That's
think
good.
I'm that for Kevin. I think I'm the person who kind of bring him back to a calm. He go kicking and screaming sometimes, but he do it.
I haven't met that yet. Maybe
Really?
somewhere out there.
We keep saying we're gonna have a dating
No,
show.
we're not.
Wise. When are we doing this, Barbara?
what?
Never,
A dating show for Wise.
never.
We're not. Maybe way, way down the road, but we're not. We're gonna let. We're definitely gonna let all the physical healing take place. Why get 100%? Because the last thing that you need when you're doing something else is some the relationship drama.
Well,
Oh,
that's true too, because you know what? I forget his issue that he's his dilemma he's in now. But
but
yeah.
even after that, I don't. Nah, I'm good.
But you know what? Let me tell you something. You know why I'm not mad at it? Let me tell you why I'm not mad at it. His
What?
feelings. Because he did the married thing, he did the kiss thing, he's a grandpa. Like, you know, a lot of guys that be married, get married, they don't want to do that shit again. Like it's a large percent, it's a good percentage of guys that don't want to do it again. It's us girls that be like, I'm on my third, I'm on my fourth, and guys be like, I did that. No, I'm good. Like, you think guys want to continue to get married? There are some guys that's on their second, third, fourth marriage. I believe that, but there's a large population that they don't want to do that shit no more.
I'm good.
Look at him.
I can think off the top of my head of guys I know that are on like wifey 3, 5, 7.
Yeah,
Not
there's a
too.
lot, but not wise.
Not wise.
That's why I'm not mad. I'm not too mad at it because you did the like the life thing, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't last forever, but you did get married. You got it. As I say, you got a T-shirt and a certificate for it. Like you're good. Like you've done it.
You got
You've
the
done it.
the participation trophy.
Right. He got that. You know what I'm saying? Like so, had he been somebody who never got that, I would be like, come on, come on. But he's been down that road, so I'm not too mad at that.
No, but I'll tell you what. If I was newly single and I met a guy Wise's age who told me that he'd never been married and never had kids, I'd be like, no, nope, nope,
Facts.
nope, 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 nope. Because you don't know how to live. Maybe you think you do, but you don't. Because the opportunities, like maybe there might be some compelling reason he could explain to me.
Some people just don't want kids.
I agree with
Yeah,
that. Some people just don't want kids. I'm like,
but I know you're not for me. If you've never done this, I believe in love. Like I really believe
you love love.
I love love and I love really hard. And the thing is you got to be a certain age and you can't tell me that you've ever loved really hard.
I agree with that. I agree with that. If you like 30, 40 years old and you sitting here like, oh, I never been in love. It's like, okay. What have you been doing with your life? Like, what you been dipping and dodging the damn fucking
But some people don't even
Cupid?
understand
Like,
what
what
love
you been
is.
doing?
Oh,
Some
I
people,
totally like because I dated for so many years. Like I dated for so many years that I I met everybody. I met every cookie cutter type. I got like, oh, do you have any tattoos? No, because my mother would really disapprove. How old are you? Like, no.
Wait, what Chloe said?
Seriously, Claude, they've been stuck in their house. They don't know what it's like to be out in the world. I'm out in the world all the time. I was out in the world for 15 years.
Hold on, I got it because I can't see what he's saying on the bottom.
And Sean,
Yes.
that one we were talking about still reaches out.
Who? Which one?
The one
Carrie
that you was
Underwood?
shot.
That's why I said to you. That's why she be looking for you in the daylight with a flashlight
But I wouldn't go
and,
there.
and a mattress on her back.
I wouldn't go there. It's still sometimes age doesn't bring
No,
maturity.
strapping the mattress right on your back is kind of resourceful.
Baby, baby.
Nah, because sometimes, like I said, age doesn't bring maturity. So if you're my age and you're still immature, I can't fuck with you.
But there's a difference between immature and like light.
Nah, I mean immature. I mean silly. I mean still don't get it. Like nah,
And she's what, like my age or between me, your age and my age?
a little
She's
older than
older than
you.
me.
Couple of years older than you.
Okay. Yeah, that's
And I'm like,
you still don't get it after 45. Shit, you still don't get it after 35. Something wrong.
oh, I also forgot about your friend that lived out in New Rochelle that used to try to holler. The one with 34
Why
kids.
you keep reminding me of that? Why? Why, Lord?
Oh, you
Why?
used to fuck with
Huh?
your first ex-husband?
What? Whose husband?
You used to mess with my first ex-husband?
Nah, not at all.
No,
Not a
no,
kid.
No, I'm saying one of her friends used to flirt with me. This chick had like 37 kids.
not 37.
38?
I was so livid when I realized like she was trying. I'm like, why? Why? What are y'all trying to prove? She got 2020. She got 20 million kids. Like, you have five. No, no.
I was like, nah, that ain't working for me. Nah, I'm good.
Mm-mm.
But that's what happens. That's what happens sometimes, you know. In life, it is what it is.
So, guys,
Well,
what is our next topic?
what is our? Oh, it's Pride Month.
Are
It's
we gonna
Pride
have
Month.
somebody?
We
Are we
have
gonna have
to.
somebody from Pride?
We have to have our Pride episode.
Okay, that's cool with me.
All
Are
right.
we having a special guest?
We will have a special guest
We
to
got
be.
guests coming back. Look, guests coming back.
Yeah, definitely guests coming back very soon.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
All right, that works for me.
In 2 weeks, it's Pride. Bring your freak flag. Let it fly.
Okie doke.
Cause
Love you
love
guys.
is love.